John, it's so great to see you again.
Hi Bob, how are you?
Yeah, thanks for letting me come in. Thank you, Repeat. I appreciate the cup of coffee and the hospitality. I love your home. It's absolutely beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Well, John, as we talked about, what I want to do with you and Repeat now is just to kind of go through everything as far as who your family is, what you've got in place already, so we can start getting a picture of where you guys are at in the event that something happens. If something doesn't happen to either one of you and you make it to a nice healthy retirement, how do you look as far as your plan is concerned right now? And you know, is there any shortfalls? And the kids are already out of college, so I know that's not a concern for you. But I know you mentioned you might have grandkids and want to be able to help them if that comes to fruition. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So to do that, what I want to do is I want to take you through this collaborative discovery that I told you about. Remember, as a doctor, I want to kind of know all of the information. Well, this guide will help us ask the questions that I can take, plug it back into our software, and come back to you and deliver that report that I had shown you based upon where you two are at and what your goals and what your dreams are at. Okay? So I've got the basic information already. I already know that we've got you and Repeat, and I've got your birth dates here. And I know you're here on Pheasanteva Drive. Is that how you say it, Pheasanteva?
Yeah, Pheasanteva.
I have a hard time with that. But so I've got that. I've got your home and your cell. And I've got Sergio. And I've got Sherry. And I've got Sharon. Right. All right. And I've got, what are their birth dates? Why don't you give me those? What's
Sergio's? Sergio is October 15.
10/15.
1993.
1993, got it.
Yeah, and Sharon has 15th of July. July 15.
15, okay.
Yeah.
What year?
1991.
Okay.
And Sherry is the 5 July.
Yep.
1990.
Oh, 1990. Got it. Okay. And are any of them dependent on you anymore? I think they're all out of the house, correct?
Right.
All right. All right, so they're not dependent anymore. Remember I said, when we go through this collaborative discovery, this is your plan for you and Repeat and what your hopes and dreams are. So to me, when I go through this process, the numbers are the numbers. They always come out, you know, whatever the actual numbers are, it's going to tell us certain things. But what's really most important is, what do you two want out of life? All right? What are your goals? What are your dreams? Where do you two plan to be, you know, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now? Is that conversation that you two have had on a regular basis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think you probably do.
Right.
I know you're a planner from, you know, our previous conversations. You like to have everything kind of in order. So tell me, what would be a good goal maybe 1 to 3 years from now as far as your financial situation is concerned?
I want to make sure that if I die, it is something that covers all the expenses will be covered, and keep the standard living for my wife and also my kids.
So you'd want to make sure that if anything did happen to you, there would be money available to meet the immediate needs for you and your children? Or for Repeat and your children? Okay. All right. And anything else besides that in that first couple of 3 years?
This one is just before.
Yeah. How are you doing as far as your career? Are you in the right job? Are you going to be moving any new positions or anything like that?
Right now, I want to make sure that everything's okay when I'm dying.
Got it.
Yeah.
How about, are you planning to stay here? Are you planning to move? You know, now the kids are out of the house. You're going to be downsizing or right-sizing, or what?
Right.
Are you guys thinking?
Just expenses, and also we can keep the mortgage, and we don't need to move. My wife don't need to move.
Okay.
Or my kids still come back to the same house.
Got it.
This is that I need.
Well, let's say you both live. So again, is there anything are you planning any major changes in the next 3 years?
For my retirement.
You're going to retire? When?
My retirement is like maybe 5 years from now.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I thought you'd mentioned that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And how about mid-range goals? Maybe when you've hit retirement, you know, 5, 6 years from now. What are you planning at that point? Are you going to stay here, or?
Yeah, I think maybe in the futures I have enough money to cover all the expenses when I'm old.
Okay.
I have the same standard living.
Okay. And you want the same standard of living. Got it.
Yeah.
And we talked a little bit about your income. We'll get into more detail as we get into this report. All right. And long-term, now I know you're from Indonesia. Is that in your plans at any point to go back to Indonesia, or what do you have thoughts there?
Yeah, I don't have a plan to go back to Indonesia because I think that my kids will be married with American and they will stay in here. I want to stay with my grandkids.
All right.
Yeah.
Now
I just want to know exactly that if I die also I can give something to my grandkids.
Yeah, gotcha. Now I think is it Sherry who lives in Omaha?
And Colorado.
Colorado? Okay.
And Sharon in Nebraska, and also Sergio is still here.
Got it. So
Yeah.
you're planning to stay here or moving west, or
I'm still planning to stay here for
make them come to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Good deal. All right, now I'm going to get into the details of your finances, and I'm going to ask you a whole bunch of questions about what your Social Security looks like, where some of the income is. All right? Now we've just gone through that. So John, thanks for going through all of the details here and sharing all that information. I know it kind of seems long and in detail, but all of that information will help me better understand where you two are at and what you really are planning for your future. So based upon what we've talked about today, all right, and moving forward, I have a couple of questions I'd like to ask you.
Yeah.
First off, since we have discussed many things about your future and your career, what are the most important issues that we discussed today to you? What's most important to you, and maybe your top three?
Yeah. The first of all, if I die, then I have enough money
Okay.
to cover everything.
Is there enough to take care of repeat, right?
Yeah, my wife
Okay.
and maybe my kids and grandkids.
Okay.
Okay. And also, I think that I need also is something that I can give to my grandkids,
Okay.
because my kids right now they work already. Yeah.
All right. And I know we talked about retirement income.
Yes.
Is that something, again, that's one of the
Yeah.
priorities?
Yeah, and it's also I have enough retirement plan for my life and for my wife and me.
Okay. If you were confident that all of those issues were taken care of, what would that mean to you?
At least give a peace of mind and no worries about it.
Got it. And no worries.
Yeah.
That'd be a wonderful place to be. And do you feel like you're prepared right now? Are you in a place where you want to be, or not?
No.
No. Okay.
And
All right.
I prepare, but it's not real prepared. Yeah.
Yeah.
I prepare, but it's not.
Not quite where you're comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. Well, what we would need to do is set aside some time after I analyze this information and come back with a report where I would make recommendations. Is that something that you would like to see?
Sure.
Some recommendations based
Sure.
upon what your need might be?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Can
right.
come back next week.
Considering your budget, because obviously dollars are always important to any kind of a major financial decision.
Yeah. That's true.
What is a number that would be comfortable for you to help, kind of alleviate some? What's a dollar figure per month that you would be comfortable that would be no issue for you to make a payment on?
Yeah, it's about 300.
About 300. All right. Now let's look at the other end of that. Is there a number where you might stretch a little bit and might take a little bit more, but it won't keep you from going out on vacation and those kinds of things? Is there a little number higher that you might be comfortable with going to?
Maybe 400.
About 400? Good. All right, that gives us a good idea of kind of the rough budget that we might be able to work. And what things do you take into consideration when you're making a financial decision? What is it that you're trying to figure out and focus in on?
Yeah, if like that fit with my plan.
Does it fit into your plan?
Yeah, it doesn't
that makes
fit
a lot of
around.
sense.
Yeah.
All right. Now, is there anything that we discussed today that you would feel important for me to know that we haven't discussed already? Is there anything that we've missed?
No, I think that you're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that, John. And as far as me being a professional and assisting you and Repeat, what would you expect out of me?
I think that you can be responsible what we're talking about,
Okay.
and also good like financials, good like financial figures, good
Okay.
financial figures.
All right.
Yeah.
Great. Well, that's what I appreciate, because as we talked about before, what I like to do with my client is, first we're going to analyze all of this information, take into consideration what your goals and your dreams are as a couple, and then I'm going to take the information, see what it says about where you're at right now. I'm going to come back and deliver that report. And it'll take me about 3 or 4 days to get that put together. So my question is, are you available either next Wednesday afternoon or Thursday evening? Would that fit your schedule?
Maybe it's a Thursday, the best thing is a
Thursday?
Thursday evening.
All right, that will be, I think, what, the 15th?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right, so we'll make that for 12:15. And what's a good time for you two?
It's
I don't
like
want to interrupt dinner.
Yeah, it's like a 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m.
All right, you want to make 3 to 4?
Yeah.
That sounds good. We might go a little longer than 4. It just depends upon what questions you have. But is that going to be
Sure.
okay?
It's okay.
Great. Well, I'll look forward to seeing you next week, and you have my cell number, so if any questions pop up before that, feel free to give me a call. But I will call again Tuesday when I have the report finished, let you know, and then we'll make sure that that time is secure.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
It's been a
you,
real pleasure to meet
Bob.
both of you. Thank you.
Thank you.